deep underground in an undisclosed location. This is Tread Comics presents the 1941 movie serial, The Adventures of Captain Marvel. Adventures of Captain Marvel is a 1941 American 12-chapter black-and-white movie serial from Republic Pictures, produced by Hiram S. Brown Jr., directed by John English and William Witney, that stars Tom Tyler in the title role of Captain Marvel and Frank Coghlan Jr. as his alter ego, Billy Batson. The serial was adapted from the popular Captain Marvel comic book character then appearing in Fawcett Comics publications Whiz Comics and Captain Marvel Adventures. Adventures of Captain Marvel was the 21st of 66 film serials produced by Republic and their first comic book character adaptation, not counting comic strips. The serial featured the Fawcett Comics superhero, placed within an original screen story. Captain Marvel fights a masked criminal mastermind called the Scorpion, who is determined to gain control of an ancient weapon. It is made in the form of a large metallic scorpion with adjustable legs, tail, and removable lenses that must be properly aligned in order to activate its powerful ray. During an archaeological expedition to Siam's volcanic Valley of the Tombs to find the lost secret of the Scorpion Kingdom, a device of great power, the Golden Scorpion, is discovered hidden inside a sealed crypt. While examining it, the device's quartz lenses are aligned and powerful energy beam erupts, causing an explosion, resealing the crypt. This allows young radio broadcaster and expedition member Billy Batson, who obeyed the warning on the crypt's seal not to enter, to be chosen by the ancient wizard SHAZAM. The wizard grants Billy the powers of Captain Marvel whenever he repeats the wizard's name. Captain Marvel's powers can be used only to protect those in danger from the curse of the Golden Scorpion. The crypt's entrance is quickly cleared. Then Captain Marvel enters SHAZAM, and quickly resumes his Billy Batson alter ego. The Golden Scorpion's power lenses are divided among the scientists of the Malcolm Archaeological Expedition so that its power can only be used by agreement of the entire group, who then return to the U.S. after their discovery. An all-black garbed and hooded criminal mastermind, calling himself the Scorpion, steals the ancient device after their return and sets about acquiring the distributed lenses. Several expedition members are killed in the Scorpion's quest, despite Captain Marvel's continual efforts to thwart his plan. Deducing that the Scorpion always seems to know what happens during the scientists' meetings, Billy later confides to his friends, Betty Wallace and Whitey Murphy, his suspicion that the Scorpion may be one of the Malcolm archaeological team. Discovering that one of the Golden Scorpion's power lenses was purposely left behind, cleverly hidden in the very crypt where it was first discovered, Billy Batson and the surviving scientists agree it must be retrieved. They return by cargo ship to Siam where, near landfall, they barely survive a typhoon before finally being rescued by Captain Marvel. They eventually retrieve the hidden lens, but it is stolen by the Scorpion. By accident, from a distance, the Scorpion observes Captain Marvel transforming back into Billy Batson. Capturing Billy and gagging him, the Scorpion interrogates him about his secret. Billy's tape gag is removed when he agrees to talk. SHAZAM is his only response, and he transforms in a flash of light and smoke into Captain Marvel. The Scorpion's identity is then revealed to be one of the last surviving scientists, who is killed by a Siamese native who turns the idol's ray on him, vaporizing him. Captain Marvel tosses the Golden Scorpion and its power lenses into a volcano's molten lava to prevent them from ever being used for evil. Upon its destruction, Captain Marvel is instantly transformed back into Billy Batson forever, the danger from the device's curse having now been eliminated. Adventures of Captain Marvel was budgeted at $135,553, although the final negative cost was $145,588, a $10,035, or 7.4%, overspend. It was filmed between December 23, 1940, and January 30, 1941, under the working title Captain Marvel. The serial's production number was 1098. The serial was the outgrowth of Republic's lengthy failed attempt at licensing national periodical publications. DC Comics Today. Superman character. Paramount Pictures successfully tied up all the characters' theatrical exhibition rights for its series of color Superman animated cartoons, produced for them by Fleischer Studios. The license that National Comics had provided to Paramount was exclusive and prevented other film companies from using the Superman character, even in a non-animated production. Undaunted, Republic's completed script was reworked with various changes. It now had an original masked hero, the Copperhead, standing in for Superman, subsequently becoming the mysterious Dr. Satan serial. The studio then approached Fawcett Comics about filming their most popular superhero, and they agreed. Director William Witney, however, was skeptical about trying to adapt Captain Marvel after the problems encountered with Superman. In spite of this, Adventures of Captain Marvel became the first superhero film adaptation of a comic book character. National attempted legal action to prevent Republic from developing their arch-rival's most successful character, citing Republic's failure at adapting a Superman serial. Their attempt was unsuccessful, however, and Captain Marvel went into production. Writing in his autobiography of the period, William Witney revealed that in his court deposition he had claimed that both Superman and Captain Marvel were derivatives of Popeye. About a decade later, following an ongoing legal battle with National and a declining comics market, Fawcett ceased publication of all its comic book titles. In the 1970s, the dormant Captain Marvel family of characters was licensed and revived by DC Comics, which they ultimately wound up purchasing, adding a final chapter to the Fawcett DC saga. The opening military scenes in the serial were reused footage lifted from Republic's 1938 film Storm over Bengal. Republic cast Frank Coghlan as Billy Batson due to his physical resemblance to the character. There was, however, some criticism that Tom Tyler did not sufficiently resemble the beefy, baby-faced Captain Marvel. 8. At the time, Tyler was a weightlifting champion and the serial costume matched Captain Marvel's original comic book appearance, right down to his being slender. By the time of the serial's release, the appearance of Captain Marvel had changed due to Fawcett Comics artist C.C. Beck changing the way he drew the character. Tyler was described as clumsy, knocking over props with his lanky arms. Punches and fight scenes would sometimes connect. Due to his convincing performance in King of the Royal Mounted, actor Robert Strange, as John Malcolm, was the obvious choice to be the identity of the Scorpion, but by the end of the serial he was just a diversion and not actually the villain. Republic's flying effects, under the direction of Howard and Theodore Lydecker, were performed using a dummy that was slightly larger than life, at 7 feet tall, and made of paper mats so that it weighed only 15 pounds. The uniform was made of thin silk and cotton jersey. 4 pulleys were connected to each shoulder and leg calf, which were then strung on 2 wires so the dummy moved along them by its own weight. The wires were attached to 2 opposite objects running across the camera's field of view, and the dummy then slid from one to the other, giving the illusion of flight. This system was originally intended for use in their Superman serial. A prototype dummy was even built but later discarded. The flying pose used for the dummy, arms outstretched and back arched, was based upon a Captain Marvel drawing by comics artist Mac Raboy. If the dummy needed to be seen flying upwards, the cape was convincingly weighted and the dummy was then slid backwards. The film sequence was then optically printed in reverse, completing the flying illusion. Stuntman David Sharp was the human part of the effect. Dressed as Captain Marvel, he would leap from a high point with his body straight, as if able to fly, then roll to land at the last second. The combination of flying effects and stunts produced the overall illusion of a flying person. Sharp also performed other stunts as Captain Marvel, such as backflipping and knocking down attacking Siamese tribesmen in the first chapter. Some shots of Captain Marvel flying were filmed with Tom Tyler posed against rare projected clouds. Some of these scenes, however, show the suspension wires used to hold him up. According to author Raymond William Stedman, the flight scenes are the most successful illusion of such aerobatics ever put upon the screen, in serial or feature. The technique had been developed in the earlier serial Darkest Africa, 1936. And was later used again in the Rocket Man serials, King of the Rocket Men, Radar Man from the Moon, Zombies of the Stratosphere, and Commando Cody, Sky Marshal of the Universe, released during 1949 to 1953. By contrast, the lower-budget Columbia Pictures Superman serials, which eventually appeared in the late 1940s, used unconvincing animated cartoon sequences to represent various actions, most frequently Superman's flights. The animated scenes of Superman in flight were vastly inferior to those of Republic's live-action sequences in Captain Marvel. Columbia produced the cheapest serials of the era, and producer Sam Katzman was notorious for cutting costs to the bone. One of Captain Marvel's tunics later appeared as the costume of a member of the Kryptonian Science Council in the first episode of the Adventures of Superman television series, filmed in 1951. The lightning bolt on the tunic is partially concealed by means of an oversized collar around the actor's neck. After the usage in the Superman TV series, two Captain Marvel tunics were worn by actors in early episodes of the pioneering U.S. science fiction TV series Space Patrol. Very early into the series, those Marvel tunics were replaced by custom-made shirts. At the Science Fiction Museum and Hall of Fame in Seattle, Washington, one of the remaining Captain Marvel tunics is on public display. Adventures of Captain Marvel's official release date was March 28, 1941, although this is actually the date the sixth chapter was made available to film exchanges. The serial was re-released on April 15, 1953, under the title Return of Captain Marvel, between the first runs of Jungle Drums of Africa and Canadian Mounties vs. Atomic Invaders. Due to the superhero nostalgia craze in the U.S. during the spring of 1966, resulting from the hit Batman television series, the serial was quickly re-released again, this time as a complete, nearly 4-hour-long feature film. All 12 chapters were just strung together, each opening with the prior chapter's ending scenes and a plot synopsis. Audiences were forced to sit through a summation of what they had just watched in the previous chapter. And now, Dread Comics is proud to present the 1941 movie serial, The Adventures of Captain Marvel. Now our feature presentation, the conclusion of The Adventures of Captain Marvel, Chapter 12, Captain Marvel's Secret.
The stream is black. Now the water will flow into the volcano craters. Scorpio is angry because unbelievers have entered the tomb.
The volcano is erupting. The walls may fall down on us. Somebody give me a hand with this, quick. Here it is. Why, yes. See? Why, it's the same as mine.
I'll take care of this.
It's an earthquake. They'll be caught in the tomb. Wait, come on, let's get out of here before this joint falls apart.
Tribal signal for the natives together. This volcano is sacred to them. Its eruption will arouse them to kill all foreigners.
Well, they're your people, Tally. You must be able to make them understand.
I can try.
Well, tell them anything. Stall them till I get the others away from here.
I'll do my best.
SHAZAM! Look! There's an opening.
That's the way out, but only for one of us.
You? The Scorpion?
Yes. No one else shall ever know.
No. No, please don't. No one will ever know. I won't tell. I won't tell.
The volcano has spoken. It orders death to every white infidel who has entered the sacred tomb of the SHAZAM.
How do you know that this is the wish of the Scorpion?
All men of the tribes know that the volcano speaks for him.
Perhaps. But it is also known that the volcano will erupt if water is turned into it. Is it not possible that some evildoer may have caused this eruption to serve his own ends?
El Chitali has spoken with a voice of wisdom. We are not savages who kill without reason. We only act if it is the will of the Scorpion. He surely will send us a further message if it is his desire. Until then, let us wait.
You have not long to wait. I am your leader, and I come here to command. The white men must be destroyed. Hey, wait! This man is not the Scorpion. He's a false prophet, hiding behind the sacred mast. I'll show you. Seize him. Chain them and guard them carefully. They shall soon know the power of the Scorpion. Scorpion has triumphed, and all the white infidels shall be sacrificed to celebrate the victory. Even the mighty Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel? Is he still alive?
Yes, but we need fear him no longer, for he is only Billy Batson.
Batson? But how's that possible?
Perhaps it's a powerful drug or some other device which Batson uses to transform himself to Captain Marvel.
And if Batson is destroyed, Captain Marvel will cease to exist.
True. But first, I must learn the secret of his transformation. You must capture him and the others and bring them here alive. But you must be extremely careful and prevent Batson from changing to Captain Marvel.
It shall be done, Master.
How you feeling?
I feel better, thanks.
Good. Now, you gotta get moving, because I don't know how much longer Tally can stall the natives. I'm going back in the tomb, look for Bentley and Malcolm, and I'll join you as soon as I find them.
But, Billy, you
Now, listen, go ahead, Whitey. There's no time to argue.
Right over the hills and cut off that car. Come with me. We can get into the tomb by using the rear entrance.
Mr. Bentley? Mr. Malcolm? Mr. Bentley! Mr. Malcolm! Jump! Well, we fooled them that time.
I hope so, but where's this road going to take us?
I don't know, but we sure gotta keep moving.
Whitey, look!
Well, that's that.
The symbol of your ancient faith is finally restored. These are the last of the lenses. Thus is the power of the Scorpion renewed to destroy all its enemies and traitors. You have seen the ability of this machine to smash atoms and transmute metals. You will now see what it does to a human body. Jadpur, Shala. You see, it is a very efficient method of execution, Miss Wallace. You are next. Only you can save her. I've learned of your ability to change yourself into Captain Marvel. Tell me the secret, and Miss Wallace goes free. Well? Remove the gag, but don't untie his hands. Are you ready to tell me?
Yeah. I'll not only tell you how, I'll show you how it's done. SHAZAM!
Seize him. Now I'll give a demonstration. I'm going to show you how you've been misled by an imposter.
Bentley!
Justice will be done to him. He committed many crimes in his own country, and he'll be returned there for punishment.
One move from any of you and she dies.
This scorpion is a symbol of power that could have helped to build a world beyond man's greatest hopes. A world of freedom, equality, and justice for all men. But in the greedy hands of men like Bentley, it would have become a symbol of death and destruction. Then, until such time when there's a better understanding among men, may the fiery lava of Scorpio burn the memory of this from their minds.
What happened? Who spoke?
I can explain it, Billy. As Captain Marvel, you were the protector of the Scorpion. Now that it's destroyed, your protection is no longer needed. And the power of Captain Marvel is at an end. And you, my countrymen, understand now that these people, those strangers, are our friends. And that Billy Batson has done you a great service by delivering you from the hands of a man who is not only your enemy, but the enemy of all mankind. Even though you return to your own land, you shall ever remain with us in our hearts.
Gee, that means we can go home? It sure does, Whitey. And let's get started.